Hey everyone, it's Asdruval here, the English coach, and this is the English Lab. In today's video, I would like to share with you one of the most important tips that I've learned and taught my students for learning and practicing English. This is connected speech. What's the benefit of connected speech? Fluency. It helps a lot in your fluency. You might be an independent speaker, you might have a good level of English and know a lot of grammar, you know how to read, you understand when people talk to you, even natives, but you struggle when it is time to have a conversation. You do have the words, you find the words easily, but they do not come out of your mouth fluently. And I understand that is one of the most challenging things when learning a second, third, or fourth language. But today I'm going to teach you about connected speech. What's connected speech? As the word says, or as the name says, it's putting the words together. That's one of the advantages of the English language, that most of the sounds, the last sound of some words and the first sound of the next word, most of them can join, or you can put them together when you're speaking, and that makes you sound more fluent, and it makes you sound more natural, which is really important. This is not about accent. This is not about having an American or British accent. It's not about sounding like a native. It's just sounding natural and fluent. Why is it important? Because the more fluent you are, the more you will develop your communicative skills, the more people will understand you, and the more confidence you will develop in yourself. So how does this work? Let's think of a phrase. I like to drink coffee. When you think of this sentence, or when you're reading this sentence in your mind, it might sound kind of robotic maybe. I like to drink coffee. I like to drink coffee. I like to drink coffee. It sounds weird. When we speak Spanish, we can pronounce every word like isolated, and there's no problem. But in English, it is very important that you put the sounds together. So instead of saying, I like to drink coffee, I like to drink coffee. I like to drink coffee. I like to drink. I like to drink coffee. What are you doing here? You are linking the words, linking or joining the sounds, putting them together when you speak. So instead of saying, I like to, I like to, the word to becomes to, what we call the schwa in English, to. I like to drink coffee. What you're doing here is that you stress the most important words. I, drink, and coffee. I like to drink coffee. When people listen to you, they will understand because you're stressing the necessary words for you to get across your idea. I like to drink coffee. I'm going to give you a second example. Let's think of this phrase. I am going to visit my grandmother. I am going to visit my grandmother on Saturday. When you think of this sentence, again, you tend to pronounce every single word. I am going to visit my grandmother. So let's think, how can we shorten the sentence or shorten the sounds and put them together? Let's start with grandmother at the end. You can just say grandma. Grandma. All right? And now let's go with the beginning of the sentence. I am going to visit. I am going to. It's too long. When you write it, it is necessary that you write every single word. But if you're talking, we have the benefit of contractions and shorter versions of the words. I'm gonna. Gonna is an informal contraction of going to. Gonna. So instead of saying I am going to, you can just say I am gonna. Is it necessary to say I am? No, you can put it together as well. Gonna. I'm gonna. Am gonna. So now we have only two sounds instead of 4 or 5. I'm gonna visit. I'm gonna visit. I'm gonna visit my grandma. I'm gonna visit my grandma on Saturday. I'm gonna visit my grandma on Saturday. I'm gonna visit my grandma on Saturday. If you speak faster, I'm gonna can even turn into I'm on a visit, I'm gonna visit, I'm a visit, I'm gonna visit my grandma on Saturday. If you want to say grandmother, that's perfectly okay. I'm gonna visit my grandmother on Saturday. I'm gonna visit my grandmother on Saturday. What about you? Let's think of that phrase. What about you? When someone asks you, how are you? Or how are you doing today? You say, I'm doing good. What about you? Or how about you? It's too long. It takes too much to say it. So let's shorten this phrase. What about? What about? What about? No, what about or what about? You. Now, the advantage of English is that when a word ends with the letter T or with the sound T, like what, t, or about, and the next word is the pronoun you, you can put them together and it is going to make a completely different sound. Ch, but it's super similar to the sound of the CH. Ch. So instead of saying what about you, you can put it together and say what about you? What about you? Or just what about you? What about you? What about you? How about you? So I hope this was useful. Remember, practice connected speech, practice linking the words, putting them together, putting the sounds together so that you can sound more fluent. And remember, English isn't as hard as you think.